Okay. It's funny how these people really want me to let them escape. They use these people that you see there. Some of them are doing whatever they need to delude themselves, right? Their job is to make you accept the manipulation you experience. I just watched this target individual, somebody who appears to be a target individual, talk about how they're studying you. They bring girls around you and things like that, and try to figure you out and something like that. And they even bring little kids, little girls, and see what you. And they're like just like me, because with me, what happens is when I look at little girls, they make me have these reactions, right? Even little boys, but when it comes to little kids, they make me think, they make me have experiences that did not, some nasty ass reaction. They stimulate my libido. They do disgusting things. I've said it many times. But the thing is, they're like, you see, we're studying you and we're just watching you how you react. Obviously, I know this whatever these points are now. I don't have natural reactions. They force me to get this stimulation that they've done it to others. And so for them to try to, like, within this amount of videos and how much I'm so validated that they do this pedophile type of torture, like literally you're gonna hear. So on this side you see the perps. That's the kind of people, those individuals are supposed to make you accept these things, right? Those are neighbors, these people who are living around you, try to get you to accept these reactions that you experience now because of this technology ability to manipulate your body in every way, your mind in every way. They can force you to get sexual arousals whenever they want, right? They're gonna aim those sexual arousal towards children to break you down. These people are supposed to get you to accept these things as if it's happening to you naturally. They're like, no, we're just studying you. This is just, we're bringing babies and then, oh, you see, oh, what's that? These people are trying to make you believe that what you're experiencing is naturally happening. But the humiliation that they have to deal with is every day. They try to make me subscribe to this is, I know that you manipulate my libido. You've done that to others. That's why I make my own testimonials, because when you do that to somebody else and they find my videos, they'll be like, oh, I'm not the only one they've done this to. Not only this guy, but this woman, this woman, this trans woman, this, matter of fact, majority of target individual, and I think that target individual that was talking, he's not experiencing the V2K yet, because that's when the things happen. Once you get the V2K, that's when they start manipulating you in ways that you don't understand. It's crazy. So this guy is, I believe he's probably a target individual, but he's not experiencing the manipulation that we experience once you are implanted, once you are experiencing the V2K. When you get the V2K, because before August 19, 2019, I had stalkers, I had all kind of people, but I did not react these ways that they make me react. Matter of fact, now what they're doing, they're also going to my memories before August 19, 2019, and make me experience new sensations of my memories before the day my brain completely overran by this low life, where they manipulate me in every ways. And I remember those little kids, I don't care. It's like, oh, that's. I remember the father. It's like, oh, that's that's not. I didn't say that. I was not getting the reactions, right? But I knew they were prepping. Now I know that they were prepping for the moment they start taking over my brain, and they make me have those reactions that you're gonna hear on this side. Sorry, on the other side. Sorry, on the other side where you see the testimonials, you're gonna hear that they do these program perversions, right? That's what this woman said. This is a woman with kids, she said they started off making her feel weird when she was petting her dogs, and then they started aiming it towards young people and children. And you hear these people, like on this side, using this V2K, try to interrupt me, distract me. Oh, you lose. Especially one of them you'll see, like a childlike individual, try to sound condescending. These people are losers, trash, and bottom feeder, low lives for sure. So as a target individual, these people are going to try to make you accept the things that you know is not naturally happening, and they've been humiliating. That these tactics have been talked about, others have talked about it. So you think I'm going to subscribe to this thing and not think that these testimonials that you hear, that it's not being applied to me? No, it's applied to me. And this nasty low life that you see, are gonna try to do whatever they can to make you believe that however you're reacting right now, it's just them, it's just you naturally, and we're just observing it. We're not manipulating you. We're not doing this pedophilia type of torture that you hear this woman talks about. It's you naturally. We're not implanting dreams and making you think this way. No, we're not playing with your sexual arousals at all. It's you. Matter of fact, we mapped it when you were a kid. That's that. We saw how you were reacting toward kids when you were a kid, and that's what we're doing to you now today. That's that. It's not the pedophilia type of torture. It's not what you're just gonna hear. It's not that thing that almost all target individuals with V2K are talking about. These losers who somehow feel special because of being involved in this program, whose job is to try to break you down, who call themselves winners because they're in a program that overrides people's brain and make them think in these disturbing ways. And it's just the bottom feeders in these entities. You look at them, they're not the people calling the shots, okay? But their job is to try to make you accept these things. In my brain, they try to create logic. But you remember when you were a kid, and then I was like, listen, I know what you guys do. I know even when I was a kid, that this is not some way I will react. But I'm not even a kid, I'm a grown man. I know that what you're doing to me is what you're making me experience. Now, things are happening to my body too. So this trash are talking about what's happening to my body. I'd rather die like this than having to live life like this, because this trash will die. But one thing is for sure, for this trash that benefited from this program, made whatever benefits or whatever incentives they've received from being involved in this, one, I never let you live your fantasy. I know this is what you guys do. You can manipulate people, libido. You can use the childlike trash that I'm hearing right now. They're not gonna make me subscribe to this. 2 seconds ago, because I have this perp, right? She's a perp, and they try to make me they use nonsensical things. Things are happening to my body too. So this. She came down because there's I just turned out with no shame. I never let you live your fantasy. I feel special because of being involved in this program, whose job is to try to break you down, who call themselves winners because they're in a program that overrides people's brain and make them think in these disturbing ways. And it's just the bottom feeders in these entities. You look at them, they're not the people calling the shots, okay? But their job is to try to make you accept these things. In my brain, they try to create logic. But you remember when you were a kid, and then I was like, listen, I know what you guys do. I know even when I was a kid, that this is not some way I will react. But I'm not even a kid, I'm a grown man. I know that what you're doing to me is what you're making me experience. Now, things are happening to my body too. So this trash are talking about what's happening to my body. I'd rather die like this than having to live life like this, because this trash will die. But one thing is for sure, for this trash that benefited from this program, made whatever benefits or whatever incentives they've received from being involved in this, one, I never let you live your fantasy. I know this is what you guys do. You can manipulate people, libido. You can use the childlike trash that I'm hearing right now. They're not gonna make me subscribe to this. 2 seconds ago, because I have this perp, right? She's a perp, and they try to make me they use nonsensical things to try to make you accept to these things. It's like, remember that perp told you that you should clean the floor this way, and you thought the floor would be clean enough in that way. And then look at the floor. The floor is kind of look a little dirty because yesterday I didn't really clean through. It's like, you see, you should just go deep in the. She was right. So these nasty things that you're experiencing is natural. This is the kind of logic I'm being forced to have. Because you see these people there. They are not people that are respectable. Look at these people. They have no shame. To all my target individuals, stay strong. Know yourself. Because they're going to try to make you accept these nasty things. I'm going to humiliate them every time. Let me show you yourself when you try to make me accept these things. This person pretending to go on the mailbox there. She came down because there's a and I just turned around, no shame, turned around, took a picture of her. There was a baby coming in with her mother. Oh, they cranked up the stimulation. Oh, it's so nasty. Let me show this trash. This is. She was like, it's you. She was trying to make me subscribe to this thing. It's like, no, you just. This my libido just got cranked up by this technology that can manipulate me. It's nasty. But that's what they're capable of doing. So to all my target individuals, stay strong.
Any part of the body. This technology can be used to sexually manipulate the target. It can make the target feel sexual arousal
change in my behavior. Of course, this is not new, because one main thing this program is out there is called behavior modification for the undesirable, and that's one of the excuses this groups give for the neighbor TO join, deception. I learned to talk back, in my mind, during the process when I was awakened, and I would say demeaning things, that I cannot repeat it in this blog, you know what I mean. Since they had violated me for so long, I decided to aggravate them with words, in my mind, I can hear my own voice. Going TO make you pay for all of the years of torture that I've taken, and all you are going TO here is aggravation. For every single second of my privacy that you have taken away. From me and my family. Then said this, the slaves began a program of perversion. First was with my dog. I am very playful with my pet, and suddenly one day that I was petting him I felt strange, in the sense of the word. I thought, this is strange, and then afterwards that strange sensation continued. Then in that moment I realized that was impost, so I thought, look at this losers, don't know how to put me down, and they are doing this. So I told them that I know what you are trying to do, and I started laughing, and then I said again out loud, you'll never take my will, ass. So just to show them that I meant what I said, I kept playing with my dog, and even though that attacks continue, I don't let them get me. Today they continue with the programming of perversion, but this time they are aiming in the use. A people, better said young people, also children.
They're trying to take over my mind, putting thoughts of pedophilia. It's disgusting. They take this whole thing into account so much. I make it so dramatic. It is dramatic. It's somebody trying to end my life. It's somebody trying to end who I am as a person. It's somebody trying to take over my mind, putting thoughts of pedophilia. This disgusting things. You saw where I was going with that first word. Disgusting things that I don't even want to talk about because it makes me sick. I don't even like those words in my mind. But it is what it is. So I have no choice now but to acknowledge that there are people in my surroundings or whatever they're doing. I don't know how they do it. I don't care. I don't know if it's through weapons. I don't know. I don't care. I just
able to impose any information on the brain of a person, presumably by some kind of waves, which in the mind take the form of voices, thoughts and images and imagination. In addition to this kind of implanting information that they need, they manipulate the psyche so that the information is written into your memory. Then by stimulating the certain regions in the brain they can retrieve this information and present it as your own memory. This is the conclusion that can be made judging by the influence they have been making on me with their psychotronic weapons, for example artificial thoughts, imagination, and mental torture.
I often see highly disturbing pornographic images and videos, including highly disturbing pedophilia type of images and videos. I can be free from this torture. Every day has been a miracle of survival. I also experience what is referred to as malodorance. This is the alteration of the smell sensation so that I am often made to smell various things, including smoke, burning, dirty diaper, or baby powder, which they sometimes combine with the pedophilia type of torture, including the threat of planted dreams.
Occasion, I was told I was going to be shot in the face. And it was an older guy. He was like really, really disgruntled and pissed off. Yeah, you're going to get shot in the face. You know, sound like an angry ass old person. You know, then a couple of days later, a female said the same thing. Don't get shot in the face. You know, stupid shit like that. But what I really noticed is with the Voice of Skull, it's a bunch of females. You know, and I'm like, bro, really? You're not a woman. What real woman would stalk another female or sit back and
The targets were forced to perform homosexual acts on each other against their will and religion in order not to be beaten or killed. This is a common breakdown tactic of belief systems and the human will. In no-touch torture, the techniques are more psychologically specialized for each target. Most common examples include homosexual targets that are forced with voices that are derogatory to their lifestyle and similar mental images. Almost all targets are forced to view child pornography in their minds.
8 billion brains on the planet, potentially. Read them. Marines. Underwater.
How do you explain this is happening to Len? How do you rationalize it?
Him in private. Hold on.
Okay, yeah.
Uh, 8 billion brains. Chinese government were evil aliens, were Satan's, satanic ritual abuse. And I've heard all the stories. One guy believed it was some 14-year-old kid with an Xbox that lived next door. The trickery really is that great when you're under hypnosis that people will believe something other than a massive government could do this. And so anyway, my interview with Len, he very well described a typical breakdown script that's used on almost all the TI victims. TI stands for targeted individuals. Some of them are pretty crazy. They have names like Alice in Wonderland, Wizard of Oz, and those are the confusion tactics. And when they're breaking down the ego of the human through all the pains and tortures and the verbal breakdown, these are typical CIA torture scripts. I mean, Kabul
had sexual contact with a 2-year-old and a 6-year-old. He was simply fired. One employee purchased sexually explicit videos of young girls filmed by their mothers. He resigned. One employee estimated that he had viewed up to 1,400 sexually abusive images of children.
I am currently a speech-language pathologist working in private practice with young children. I had a 7-year-old client who has autism, and she was the most significantly affected of all of my clients. I eventually had to tell this client to go to another clinic. And they used her to threaten the most torture in me as well as their most extreme forms of torture.